hold on, everybody. Hold together. 10 seconds.
Alright, let me set y'all up. I'm hoping that that's a good little angle. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel B. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, baby. Let me get some water. So, got some notes. We're gonna chat today. I am a recovering broke girl, if you will. And the reason I want to say a recovering broke girl is because I never really had any issues with budgeting and spending my money wisely. What the problem was is that I literally did not make enough to be able to survive. And so now that I am making well over enough to survive, and not only to survive, but to thrive, I thought it'll be a great video idea to come to you all and tell you 5 reasons I believe that you may still be having issues with your money. AKA girl, why you broke? Child, I try to say it in the sweetest, nicest way. But if that sounds like something that you'll be interested, just keep on watching. I never really had a problem with using money wisely, like spending money wisely. I spent money on like what most 20-year-olds would spend money on. And I also never really thought that, even though I never used to budget, I never used to overspend because, y'all, I didn't have it to overspend. And now that I actually got some real money, some real income, some real cash coming in, what are 5 reasons I believe that why you may still be a broke girly, and how you can kind of recover from that. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So the first thing on my list here is that you aren't willing to invest in yourself. I want to paint this picture, right? Let's say right now you may have a bachelor's degree, or you may not, but let's say you have a bachelor's degree. Let's say that you are working maybe a customer service job where you're not making a whole lot of money, maybe $18, $19, $20 an hour. So you're not making a whole bunch of money, but at the same time, you're okay. You're able to pay your bills. You don't have any money left over, but you're at least able to keep a roof over your head, keep lights, water, and gas in your car, okay? Like the bare necessities. Let's say you do that from like 25 up until 28. At some point, now you should, I don't want to put my parameters on anybody, but at some point you should want to say, okay, I'm paying all my bills. I've been at this job for 3 years. I really, really want to get to the point where I am paying my bills and I'm able to go to dinner twice a month. Go to a nice dinner in my city, find a cute restaurant that I've never been to in my city and explore it and go and have a great time. I want to just be living to pay my necessities. At some point, the light bulb got to go off, babe. The light bulb got to go off in the sense of you got to be like, okay, how can I make more money? See, a lot of people, I watched these TikToks the other night that were saying you can't budget your way out of poverty. And they are absolutely right. The only resolution, and once I realized this completely changed my life. Once you realize that you're paying for your bare necessities, there is nothing on your budget list that you can cut back on. There's nothing there that you can cut back on. Once you realize that, the only other solution is that you have to make more money. I cannot express that enough. You have to increase your income, point blank in a period. There's no other magic potion. Let's say you get to the point where you're like, okay, I need to increase my income. Well, your bachelor's degree got you that customer service job, but that pays $20, but it probably won't really get you anything outside of that. You have to be willing to invest, which is why I bring up course careers. Now, mind you, this is not sponsored. Y'all, when I tell you I get pennies on the dollar when y'all sign up for course careers, like this is why I stress course careers so much. and getting certifications anywhere. You don't have to just get it from Course Careers. There's Course Careers, there is Bethel Tech, and a third one that a lot of people go to. But for me, Course Careers was the cheapest. They give you a payment plan. They were the cheapest to get a certification that can ultimately change your life. And that's exactly what I did. I spent $500, y'all, to make well over 6 figures in my career right now. So I'm saying this to say you have to be willing to, like they say, put up or shut up. You have to be willing to put money up for you to bet on you. I just do not understand how people believe that they can coast or get through life without adding any additional skills, adding any additional certifications, learning something new. You have to be willing to learn something new, invest in yourself to potentially increase your income. I've seen a lot of people click, like, cause I do know the analytics of Course Careers when you use my link. I think I checked my Course Careers analytics about 2 nights ago, just because I was curious, right? Because I want to see if people are really trying to make the change, because I have so many people who view my videos, but I wanted to see if there was some type of conversion. Y'all, it was about 5,000 people actually clicked on the website, okay? So that means 5,000, at least 5,000 people were interested. Y'all, I think maybe 10 people actually signed up. That let me know right there. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know why y'all are under the impression, or why people are under the impression that you spending money to better your life is going to take away from you. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. That is a very broke person mentality to think that if I spend $500 on this certification so that I can give me a job in tech that is higher paying, how is that taking away from you? It's taking away from your bank account initially, but okay, if you don't do this, what other investment are you going to make to improve your life, to earn more money, to get more income? I want y'all to understand how important it is to invest in yourself. If you want to be a content creator, invest in your background, invest in your phone quality or your camera quality, software apps. You have to make an investment somewhere in your life. You cannot think that you just being you all by yourself is going to make you more money. If you want to create a business, at some point you're going to have to take some type of courses to talk about, oh, you want to make candles? How do you make candles? How do you market your candles, right? That's an investment that you're making. No matter what area of your life, entrepreneurship, content creator, you want to get a better 9-to-5 so that you can get better benefits, better pay, and be able to take care of your family better. There has to be an investment. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm so serious about this because I don't know why people believe that it is not important to invest. If you don't have the money, go borrow it. Y'all borrow, beg, and steal for everything else. Actually do it for something that is going to improve your life, okay? That is very important. That is why the money is not coming in, sis, bro. That is why the bank account is in a negative, because you are too scared to invest. You ought to be too scared to not invest. That's a word right there. Whew. Let's move on, y'all. Let me calm down. The second reason is because you have a very distorted vision of what it is that you want. A lot of times when you are consuming so much content, watching people live their lives, you start feeling like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to have this. I want to have that one. And it's only because of what you saw somebody else with. But you never really take the time to quiet yourself, to pray, to write down in your journal without those images in your head from socials. You never sit and really think about, what is it that you ultimately want? What is it? What is it that you ultimately want, okay? Not what Susan Catherine, Karen, all them have on TikTok or what they're showing you on Instagram? What is it that really is going to make you feel like, I've arrived? For some people, that may be a house. For some people, that may be a regular apartment, not no luxury apartment. That may be a regular apartment that's just gonna be like, girl, yes, I get my regular apartment, I made it. Some people may be a BMW. Some people may be a damn Nissan Altima. But the thing is, your vision is distorted because you are being filled with so many images of what everybody else is doing that you can't take time to really sit in your mess and say, okay, what is it that I really want? Not forget what I saw online, forget what I'm seeing on YouTube, forget what I'm seeing here. What is it that is going to make me feel like I've arrived, that I'm whole? What's going to make me feel happy? Okay, it may be something completely different. I'll tell you this story right here. I was talking to my mom on the phone a couple weeks ago, right? And I was telling her, I was like, Mom, I don't know what it is, but I have this feeling like it's almost like I want something, but I don't want it. It's always like I want something, but I don't want it, right? I want kids, but I don't want kids. I want marriage, but I don't want marriage. I want companionship, but I don't want companionship. And after sitting there talking it out with her for like an hour on the phone, I realized I was trying to fit myself into this traditional box, right? So they will have you to believe that most women want kids. If I'm being very honest, I've had a lot of like hormonal issues and female issues. I honestly can say that I am okay not having children. And that was very hard for me to say because when I say that, people look at me sideways. But I am actually nervous and it makes me scared, and I just don't think it's worth it for me to have kids. I will be at risk. I will be very, very high risk. And the third thing is that I just don't believe I want to go through that. And when I start saying those things to my mom, she was just like, okay, you don't want kids. And I was able to say, it was like, y'all, I was able to exhale. Because the truth is, I don't really want to have children. I really don't. Even if I find somebody that I absolutely love and I want to get with them, they will have to be understanding, or they will have to come with their own kids or something. They will have to be understanding that I am okay not having children. Okay. Right now, I love the idea of just going out, dating, and meeting people. I actually don't want to settle down in a relationship because sometimes when I get into relationships, I forget that I need to show up for me and I just start showing up for the other person, right? Right now, I'm in a very critical part of my career. I just started my career in tech. There are so many areas and outlets I want to try before I just settle down in one space in tech. So that's going to take a lot of brain work. That's going to take me taking additional courses, getting certifications, going to conferences, networking. And right now, how that is, I really don't see myself being in something committed. Not right now. Maybe in a few years later on. And guess what? That is okay. So I said all that to say I had to get off the internet and stop watching people saying, hey, you should be married by here, you should have these kids. I had to get offline and I had to really journal and get serious about what it is that's going to make me happy. That may not look traditional, okay? And you have to be okay with that. Sorry, I spend a lot of time on there too, but let's move on to the third reason. You're not being honest about your financial situation. You're not being honest about your financial situation is actually holding you back from financial freedom. Where I grew up, I grew up kind of like in the hood, not like middle class, but then turned hood. Because back in the days, it used to be middle class. Child, it ain't middle class no more. So anyways, where like growing up, it was like you shouldn't be talking about money. Where I'm from and where I grew up and who I grew up around, talking about money is a no-no. And to me, that's an issue in itself because there may be somebody in the family who is doing exceptionally well, or somebody in your friend circle that may be doing exceptionally well with their money, and you're not, but because y'all refuse to be open and honest about where you are financially, you can be getting help from somebody who is in your circle. I think that it is the biggest mistake, and a lot of us make it really in the African American community. I think it is the biggest mistake to not talk about money, because you have to be willing to talk about money so that you got to talk about money so that you are realistic and you're honest about where you are and where you want to go, because you never know who you can connect with. Being around people who make money, y'all, when I tell you, it has changed my life drastically. I've only been here in Minnesota for 8 months, and I have made so much stride and so much progress financially. Like, I've made progress that you can make in like 3 years, in 8 months, because I got myself around some people who were okay about talking about money. My boss, he openly talked about money. I started watching podcasts and YouTube videos, and I started learning, okay, this person is saying this person is saying this person, okay, all these people are saying this, it may be some truth to it. Let me do my own research. I got really serious and I got really honest about where I was. I had not been making enough money. The last job I had was making $40,000 a year. And no wonder I always felt like I was in a struggle, because $40,000 a year is like $20 an hour. No wonder I was always struggling. When I realized, hey, babes, you are already living in a cheap, this is back years ago. You are already living in a cheap apartment. You got a cheap car that you don't make no payments on. You doing this, you doing that. There's no other way. There's no space for you to cut back. Like, there's no way for you to budget out of that brokenness. The only thing you can do is learn how to earn more money. And if I had not heard that from a wise person and from reading, I actually read that from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I got that information. Robert, I think it's Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad taught me that you have to increase your income. Bottom line. When I read that, because I was so open and honest about my situation, when I read that, I said, bingo, that is what it is. Growing up, everybody, I ain't got no McDonald's money. I ain't got no this. We not going here. I ain't got the money for this. And it's the answer was always earning more money. So you have to be willing to be honest about your financial situation in order to get around the right people, get the right resources, to learn how to better do your money. Another reason why you may still be in the brokey lane is because you have no discipline. You don't have to say yes to any and every invite. Up here in Minnesota, I don't go out that often, right? This past weekend was a very fun weekend, but it's something that I don't do very often. I have made it a habit of, on the Monday through Friday, I am working. On a Saturday, I am doing my content, and on Sunday, I am editing content. So let me tell you, I'm working almost anywhere between 6 to 7 days a week. Some weeks are not, I don't work on the weekends, but that is my normal schedule. I work almost every single day. And let me tell you, I am earning more money and saving more money because I don't go out that often. I think I probably go out, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not even trying to be funny. I go out probably every 4 to 6 weeks. I meet up with a friend for dinner or for lunch. Over the weekend, me and my homegirl went out and I spent $200. I was like, whoo, shit, on food and drinks, but it was so fun. But guess what? We won't do that another 4, 5, 6 weeks. So every invite that you get, you don't have to go. There has to be some bit of discipline. Even when you start making more money, right? You're going to be able to spend more, right? Because I don't believe in working hard and making money and not being able to go out and enjoy and have fun and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I'm just not that girl. However, what I will say is that everything doesn't need to be a yes. Every invite does not need to be a yes. Sometimes it's like, hey girl, I can't do it this weekend, but can we do it in the next few weeks? Tell people, let people know, hey, I kind of went over my budget. And if you have a real friend, they're going to understand. You make saving money ugly. You make saving money ugly. You are huffing and puffing about it. You begrudgingly save. Let me tell you something. Baby, it ain't nothing more sexy. This was the first year in my entire life I didn't have to ask my father for money. I didn't have to ask my father to spot me for rent. I didn't ask him to make a car payment. Like, I haven't asked my father for money in 8 months. let me tell you something. It ain't nothing more womanly and more sexy about having money for a rainy day. Because rainy days are going to come. They are going to happen. It may not happen in this season. It may not happen in the next season. It may happen on that third season. Rainy days are sure to come. It is nothing more mature. It is nothing more sexy. It is nothing more womanly than having money for a rainy day. And so I said all that to say that stop making saving money unattractive, like unattractive, unsexy thing, because it is very sexy. It is very attractive. And can I just tell you, it makes you feel damn good as a woman to have your money and to have that backup for whenever you need it. So I'm telling you, don't look at it as, oh, I'm doing all this and I gotta save this money. No. Look at it as, I'm a boss. Who else am I? If I fall short on rent, who am I gonna call? I am such a boss in my own right. And literally, I say this, but it is in all actuality. I don't know anybody right now who are in my close friends, people who I grew up with, like who feel like family. There is nobody who is making the amount of money that I'm making right now. There is nobody who's living in a luxury place like how I'm living right now. So you have to be willing to do something. You have to be willing to do something to keep you out of that comfort zone and to keep you out of that bunch, because you're different. God set you apart. Like He has bigger plans for you, right? Everybody can't go. That's another thing. Everybody can't go. So you are such a boss. If God forbid you were to lose your job, who gonna pay for the penthouse? Child, ain't nobody could pay for. Lil Wayne said, what was the song he said? I don't know nobody who could cover for me. This is, I'm the only one who can get the job done. I don't know nobody who can cover for me. When I tell you that ain't just the Lil Wayne lyric, that's real fucking life. If I fall on my back, I done bossed up so fucking hard that if I fall on my back, babes, it ain't nobody. The only person in my life who can probably do cover for me is my father. But I've already made a promise to myself and to God that the last time was the last time that I needed my father, because when I tell you, to get me up here costed some money. So that was the last time I told me and God in a covenant. I said, that's the last time. And when I tell you, I mean that in my heart of hearts. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to be able to take care of Chanel. So that's the mindset that you have to have. You done bossed up so hard, there is nobody who can cover for you. And that's on period. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of these 5 tips. Girl, it's time. Like, honey, we are August. That means we got 4 more months left of this year. Sis, third quarter, we about to be in the last stretch of the third quarter. What you gonna do? If I were you, I suggest that you click on my link. I'm telling you, click on my link, y'all, to Course Careers. Get started. They have so many, they don't have just tech sales, they have so many other areas. Tech sales to me is the easiest way to like finagle your way into tech. However, they got so many other course options. Get started, start making that money. That is going to be you're earning more income, and growing your money is going to be the start of all of this, the start of your glow up. So go ahead, click the link in my bio. Like I said, this is not sponsored. I get pennies on a dollar. I don't make no whole bunch of money off of that. Like, I just don't. I'm telling you, the only reason I'm saying this to you is because I know how it changed my life. I know how it changed my life. I put my head down for months, for like 3 months straight. And look at me now. Y'all, I was struggling in Miami this time last year. I was struggling so fucking bad. Y'all wouldn't even believe. In my mama's house, sleeping on a couch. Like, the couch was my bed. It wasn't no pull-out bed. It was like a very uncomfortable couch. I slept on it. I woke up with marks on my body, in pain. I woke up in pain every morning. It did not fail me. But when I tell you I got serious, and for 3 months I put my head down and I studied and I applied to hella jobs, and y'all, I eventually got the job of a lifetime that completely changed my life. And I haven't looked back, and I have no plans on looking back. So I suggest you do the same. This is your year, honey. We still got 4 months left. I still believe that 2024 is still your year. You need to get it so that when 2025 comes, you just living, you coasting, baby. You coasting. Work hard towards the end of this year. So 2025, you ain't doing nothing but just living and coasting. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.